everybody!
Okay, so here we are. We have a very exciting Saturday video for you guys.
Sure we do. Sure we do.
Go get yourself a little drink first.
Yeah.
If you haven't, just pause it.
We'll wait.
Okay.
Just press. Why do we have to wait? Press pause.
Just pause. And we have one of the bottles that we got at the 2018 Spirit release.
Yes.
This is in the series.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
We're kind of keeping a theme from last year. We had the Valkyrie Highland Park, and now we have the Valknut.
Valknut.
I don't know if that's how you say it. Highland Park, and it's the second in the series of a trilogy. So next year we will get the same and finish our trilogy. Right. Maybe they'll come out with a prequel the following year.
Yeah, that's right.
But
actually these are part 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, exactly. These I do like the box on this. It's kind of nice. Highland Park has their new-ish what do you call it, marketing style for their bottles, which I was a fan of, but I'm kind of like I'm over it, and honestly, it kind of makes it cheaper feeling to me.
It says something about Valknut on the back.
Okay, let's see what it says.
That's pretty. That's font number 1.
Yeah.
It says Valknut is the second in a series of 3 specific Viking legend releases. To meet a hero's death on the battlefield was the highest honor for a Viking warrior. I'm guessing that's what Valknut means.
I guess, yeah.
So we have Valkyrie. This is Valknut, and it's 46.8%, and it says in partnership with Jim Lingvild of Denmark.
Cool.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since we've been nosing the boxes lately, I just want to
smell the Scotch box.
See what a Scotch box smells like. That's nice. That's got a good nose.
It smells like boxy.
Yeah, it smells quite boxy.
A bit plasticky. Here, why don't you undo this one?
Okay. As you guys probably know, I'm a big Highland Park fan. It was one of my... It's maybe the nostalgia of Highland Park that makes me like it so much.
More so than the current situation.
But they have put out some tremendous whiskeys in the past. This one is supposed to be a little bit more highly peated than last year's version. I like that color. That's a nice color. Okay, here we go. Whew! This one also has a feature that Highland Park does now, where it's a pop and a screw lid.
Yeah. Okay.
So you screw it on and you pop it off.
That'll probably keep you from getting skunky whiskey.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good feature. One thing I don't like with these new bottles is that you can't see the color and you can't see how much is left.
My prediction... Oh, hold on. My prediction for next year... Oh, here we go. I know many army prepare for Ragnarok, the battle of the... So, there's 4 words highlighted on the back of this this box here, and one is Valkyrie, the other's Valknut, and then there's Valhalla.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Ragnarok. So I'm guessing next year the final one may be Valhalla.
Okay, I feel like there was a Valhalla series though already, but maybe not.
Then it's going to be Ragnarok.
Okay.
The Ragnarok series. Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay, so we got this. This one's bottled at 46.8%. So that's a nice feature.
Yes.
It's a higher percentage alcohol. From their websites, they do say that it is natural color, non-chill filter.
Okay.
Doesn't say it anywhere on the packaging.
They should say it on the packaging.
But that's annoying. So anyway, here we go.
Okay, getting into the nose. I'm struck instantly by the amount of kind of like caramel and vanilla.
It is quite caramel.
It's almost like, it's really toffee.
Very toffee. There is a slight smoke, a slight peat, like wisps of it.
It's kind of hidden behind that toffee.
Yeah,
but then it does show up. And then a little bit,
like almost like a burnt toffee.
And then there's almost some like apple or something on there.
There's some fruits. There's the classic heather honey that Highland Park has. It's a little bit of those herbal notes.
Pleasant nose.
It's quite a nice nose. Actually, I feel like I can't completely remember the Valkyrie, but I feel like this might
be better.
Be a nicer nose.
I remember the Valkyrie kind of being okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think Highland Park might have got some complaints.
Yeah, maybe they got it better.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. A little earthy icicle.
It is quite like bold on the palate. Like it is mouth coating. It's not thin. You know, there's nothing thin about it.
It almost heats up as it's on your palate. Like it kind of gets a little bit stronger even with the spice and heat. Like as it rolls down the palate.
Could be the alcohol content in there. Which is not, it's not a crazy high alcohol.
No, and I'm not saying you don't get like smacked with it. I'm saying
mouthwash burn.
Yeah, it kind of seems to kind of increase as it's rolling across the palate. I don't know. It
definitely has like compared to the regular Highland Park 12-year-old, which is one of my favorites ever. That doesn't have a high level of the smoky icicle.
Yeah, for sure.
This definitely has a little bit more.
Much higher.
And they've been going towards that more often, even with the Dark Origins. Like that was quite diesel motor oil kind of a taste to it.
That one was very petroleum. I'm not getting hit with that. Like I didn't really like Dark Origins.
Yeah,
I had a hard time getting past that heavy petroleum that you were talking about. It was so oily and tarry and plasticky. It was very plasticky.
Yeah.
This one, I think they've done it a lot better.
Yeah, there's other notes in there too. There's kind of like that sherried leather kind of a taste to it too. They have done it better. You're right.
Yeah, they're starting to get a handle on doing an entry level product.
Mm-hmm.
An entry level product that doesn't feel entry level.
Well, right. So like we had this the one that's actually a really good whiskey. Oh god. This is the Magnus. And this is the bottom shelf version of Highland Park.
Yeah, that's like 50 and this is like 80.
Yeah. So for $50, I personally think this one's really, really excellent. But we're going to have to do a side-by-side with all of our Highland Parks at some point and see which one wins.
And my gut on the Magnus was that it wasn't that good.
I seem to remember really liking it for the price point.
Yeah. And then I personally, I think this is far superior to the Magnus.
Yeah.
And it should be for the price.
It should be.
But yeah, and that might be okay for $50. But it's like I would rather spend a little bit more money and get something
higher quality. Absolutely.
Than I'm like at this point in where we're at as whiskey connoisseurs. I don't know what word we use.
Whiskey professionals. High-paid whiskey professionals.
At this point, quantity isn't really a problem for us.
No, we've got lots of quantity.
I'd rather have some quality stuff, but I don't want to break the bank to do it, which is, I think, what every person really feels.
Yeah.
They don't want to break the bank to buy a scotch, but they want a decent scotch. Don't give me some entry-level shitty scotch and try and call it, the chairman's or the founders or, the masters, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off with that.
That's what I was going to say is...
Fuck right off of that.
Just fuck the fuck off.
Fuck the fuck off.
One thing that is disappointing with Highland Park is they've they're doing what Macallan is doing, is they're coming out with all these bottlings and quite a few different ones. Like, there's a trilogy of this, there's the Valhalla series, there's all these different things. And none of them have any age statement to them. Not that age statement is the be-all, end-all of a whiskey, because it's definitely not. But it's kind of when you're playing off of being gimmicky compared to the quality in the bottle.
But I'll tell you what it is. It's easier to understand. An age statement is easier to understand than, a level 7 mage is better than a wizard. We should come up with the Trendy and See Wizard series, and there's like the mage, and then there's like the this,
exactly.
And then there's like the master, and like fuck that. Like no one would know. It's all the same. Turns out it's all the same.
Turns out it's all just it's just
what do we
the same.
know?
It's the same kind of thing. So they're coming out with different.
I know 15 is more than 12.
Yeah.
That I understand.
If you know basic.
I don't know,
numerology,
Greek mythology and bullshit like that. Like, oh, it's the Pegasus series. Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Hey, I'm not learning when I'm drinking whiskey, usually. And maybe we should, I guess.
Probably. It's probably just us.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're ranting.
I don't think we've even talked about what this tastes like.
I think we said it was decent.
It's quite good. I think it's going to open up in the bottle. Highland Park has always been good, and it can either be excellent or kind of just good.
Okay, yeah.
Good. It's never terrible, ever. Like, I've never had a bottle where I was like, oh, I can't drink this. But it's either excellent or it's middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm hoping this one shows itself a little bit more. It's nice
it's not quite excellent yet, though.
It's not quite excellent.
It's still it's on the higher end of good.
Mm.
Is that a scale you understand?
It's good plus.
It's good. It's got a good plus rating.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Hey, cheers. That's it. We really shouldn't say anymore.
Penny and C, drinking whiskey, describing all the flavors for you and me. Irish, Scotch, bourbon and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.